It's NFL Week 15. We got to discuss that. The college football playoffs are set. We got to discuss that. The highest grossing Christmas movies of all time. Try me, bitches. It's Barry on deck. Let go.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is December 21st, 2020. This is episode number 158 of Barry on Deck. It's a Monday. I missed you guys on Friday. We're here. I hope you had a good weekend. Let's do this shit. Oh my God, we're getting so close to Christmas. I'm excited. Oh my God, my favorite thing in the world is watching Nora open gifts. I cannot wait every year for Christmas. Now, I already got her some stuff ahead of time, so she's not going to get to open some of it. But I truly get a lot of joy out of watching her open gifts. So yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I hope you're having a good week so far. I hope you had a good weekend. We have a lot of sports to discuss, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was not very sportsy this weekend. I did not watch a single NFL game. I was on the road starting at 10 a.m. yesterday. I got in about 8 p.m. I ate. I spent some time with Nora. I maybe watched 3 minutes of the Browns game, and that was it. So you'll have to forgive me. It's going to be more informative and less opinionated this week. It's just what it is. I couldn't tell you a single thing that happened in the Texans game. Quite frankly, I'm kind of glad about that. No box scores, no fancy, none of that. I just got scores for you. We do need to talk about the college football playoff landscape. That has been decided as well, and I have opinions about this, and I have a feeling that me and my BFF Jen are going to go to town over this, so that's going to be fun. Stick around for that. But before we do all that, we do have to get to the chat because, you know, that's what we do. Shout out to Luis Zelaya for being first in the chat. Like, is there a conspiracy going on here? Because Luis was first. He's a moderator. You guys get all pissed off when House is first, and he's a moderator. I'm thinking you guys should be upset at Luis, too. I'm thinking you should be hating on Luis as well. I mean, I'm not trying to drive the hate. But I guess you guys at this point are like, fuck it, anybody but House, that's all we care about. So congratulations, Luis Zelaya. Thank you for being first in the chat, being the best deckhead of the day. That's how I look at it. I'm not gonna lie. If you're first in the chat, it means you're dedicated, and I love you for that, and you're the MVP for the day. That's just how I'm okay. I'm not gonna lie. You're not the MVP for the day, Luis. It's not even Jen, who's usually my MVP every day. MVP for the day goes to... I don't want to jinx it. I'm probably going to jinx it. Goes to KD. Apparently, he was able to score me a PS5. Now, we're going to see. No jinxing. We hope. But I think he got me one. Fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. But if it happens, he's the MVP for the rest of the year. I'm sorry. That's what it's going to be. Everybody's like, screw Luis. God damn, tough crowd. What's up? All right, let's do the chat. Let's get to that because I see everybody's here. let's get to the chat, and then we'll get to the show. Luis Alea is in the building. Jesus Perez is here. What's up, homie? Josh, a.k.a. 713 Hooligans in the building. My dude KD is here. Keith Sager's in the building. Brandon Martinez. Total Dallas is here. Alan Denson is in the building, you guys. Stephen the Weather Guy with his update. Current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters. 67 degrees. Dew point 49 degrees. Partly cloudy skies. 100% chance Barry is setting himself up for on-air rage with the Christmas movie topic. We'll see. What's up to Gregory Vega Jr., man? I'm glad you're all right. Eric Resendez in the building. Justin Swinford. Feliz Navidad. Deckel Elves. Cece, I love you. You're the best. Rick C's in the building. Aaron Little. PK. What up, girl? John Dory. SVG. What's up, Donna? How are you, sweetie? Jeff Bell's in the building. D. Mata is in the house. Aaron J. Bryant is here. Charles Garza. Jen. Hey, girl. Fidel. I bet Jen's sick of talking to me. Poor thing. Sylvia. Hey, I got to say shout out to Sylvia. She sent me $5 Friday. Actually, she sent me $10 Friday with no show. You're the best, Sylvia. I appreciate your generosity. And thanks for thinking of me while I'm not here, while I'm not right in front of your face. I appreciate that. White Magic, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Mimi's in the building. I love when Mimi shows up, man. It makes me happy. When the female deckheads show up, I get excited. I don't know why. I love it to death. Frank Reeves, what's up, man? Who else is here? Who else? Wallace Wiltz. All right, cool. Sydney. Hello. Sydney. Hello. Walt in the building. Eric Ailman is here. Okay, that's enough. That's all I could get to. Got to start this bad boy off. Now, today, here's your show thumb. I always create these bad boys. So yes, we're going to talk Christmas movies. Yes, we're going to talk NFL. Yes, we're going to talk about something for the parents. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but we're going to talk about it anyways. I don't want to spread rumors, but we'll see if this is true. Louise Lelea, thank you for the super chat. Popping the cherry today. Going for the Triple Crown. Mi amigo, thank you, buddy. He sent a $5 super chat. He said, my first Triple Crown? Question mark. LOL. If you got the first like, then yes. Absolutely. If you did not, well, then you probably just wasted a $5 super chat. So, you know, the Triple Crown is coveted. Not everybody gets it. There's a lot of cock blockers out there that'll either get the first like or send the first super chat. So you guys, y'all don't get your moment to shine. And it's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. All right. Couple things I wanted to talk to you guys about. If we have a lot to catch up on. We didn't have a show on Friday. And listen, something happened over the weekend. Now, if you guys don't know, I was at the Grove. I told him, give me a shirt. I want to rock the Grove on the show. I want to promote. I want to show some love to the Grove. So if you're ever in Northwest Northwest Arkansas. If you're ever in Northwest Arkansas, in the Fayetteville area, Rogers. It's actually in Lowell, but it's Rogers. Head on over to the Grove. Amazing people, amazing show, amazing club. The food is delicious. It's not comedy club food. It's restaurant quality food in a cool atmosphere. You get to watch a comedy show. I can't say enough good things about Bill and Rhonda and the Grove. Everything there, everything about the trip is wonderful. Except one thing. As I was leaving, so I tried to tidy up. They have a condo for us. I try to tidy up on the way out. You know what I mean? Like if the club gives you a condo, you don't be some jerk. Some clubs have houses. Some of them have condos. You're not a jerk and not clean up after yourself. You just don't do that. You usually have to, you know, do the dishes, make your bed, do something nice so that it's not as bad because it's usually staff that's cleaning up after us dirty ass comics. So, did the dishes, got up Sunday morning to leave, did all the dishes, took the trash out, and then went to my room and packed and then made my bed. And I get the bed all made and I get all my stuff on the bed and I pack all up and I go and put all that stuff in the car. And I come back to the room and there's one thing left on the bed. It was my phone. And I go to grab my phone and right next to it was this big fucking spider. This gigantic fucking spider. It I think it voted. This was the biggest goddamn spider I've ever seen in my whole entire stupid life. In the bed with me. I don't know how long we snuggled. I thought I felt somebody spooning with me. I was like, you have got to be shitting me. Now, the only saving grace is that it was either like in my bag or something like that. And when I put all that shit on the bed, that the spot, but boy, now the thing is though, this is a cabin / condo out in kind of the woods. So it's like if you went camping, right? You're probably going to pick up a bug here and there. But that was a little unnerving to say the least. It was a little disturbing to know that just maybe I slept with it. I mean, I didn't have sex with a spider. When I say I slept with a spider, it wasn't like I was banging a spider. Like I wasn't like, wrap all 8 legs around me. Make me feel special. I didn't do that. I'm just saying like there was a fucking spider in the bed and I don't know how long it was there. Freaked me the fuck out. By the way, can I also just say, these are delicious. I had one of these while I was in Oklahoma City. I mean, on the way back from Arkansas, I stopped in, I don't know, some town in Oklahoma. Grabbed one of these. This might be my new favorite drink. These are delicious. So that's what happened driving back. Stopped and got this drink. Driving up there was a little bit different. Now, this is going to take a second. If you're here for the sports, I promise you we're going to get to the sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk NFL and all that shit. But this is just about if you're a deckhead, you're going to appreciate this way more than the casual person watching. But I want to talk about it. So let's talk about it for a second. PK was nice enough. You can loan people books on Audible. And she sent me a book that I could read. And I have You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. Which I read and is a good book, but she sent me You're a Badass at Making Money, which I thought, I'll listen to that. That's cool. I enjoyed the first one. I'll check this one out. So I pop it in and I'm listening, and there's a thing. By the way, I put a link to the book if you're somebody that's struggling with money or you want to, open yourself up to the ability to make more money. Highly recommend it. It was a good listen or read, whatever your preference is. I highly recommend the book. So there's a link to it in the description of the show. You can go check it out. It's an Amazon affiliate link, but listen, if you just want to go search Amazon, I still highly recommend that you get the book because I enjoyed it. But what it caused for me was an epiphany. It caused me to realize something and to think about things that I hadn't before. One of the themes of the book is you have to open yourself up to money. A lot of times we're negative. A lot of times we close ourselves off to what the universe is trying to give to us. And that's kind of one of her themes is, the universe has your plan. You just have to open yourself up to it. A lot of times we don't. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I need to open myself up to the universe. Y'all, I swear to God, not 15 minutes later, I was driving. And I don't know why it happened. I don't know how it happened. But the idea of BiffNet just popped into my head. It was like, you know what BiffNet is? BiffNet is like a TV station and a radio station combined into one YouTube channel. In other words, Barry, BiffNet is a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel, but it's a channel where you do live streaming all day long with different shows. For example, you might have After Later with John Wessling from 8 to 10 a.m. as your morning show. And then your afternoon show, your midday show, is Barry on Deck from noon to 2. And then from 4 to 6 might be the Tutson Interruption with Trey Tutson. And then from 7 to 9 might be Kiki Maroon show. So that was the concept in my head. I was like, that's what this is. Because you guys, I'll be honest with you. We've talked a lot about BiffNet. You guys bring it up a lot. You guys say a lot, BiffNet this and BiffNet that. I never really knew what BiffNet was conceptually in my head. I knew what Wessling said it was, well, Barry, you know how to do all this shit, so there are a lot of people that don't, but, want to do it. So you help them do it, and you create this network, and it's BiffNet. And I was like, that doesn't compute to me. It doesn't make sense to me. And then you guys would be like, BiffNet. And y'all, everybody ran with it, but I was the one going, I don't know what that is. In my mind, there was no vision of what BiffNet was. There was this loose interpretation of Wessling's idea. All credit to Wessling. BiffNet is born and created in the mind of John Wessling originally. But when I had this epiphany, I was like, well, that's what BiffNet is. If it's called BiffNet or whatever it's called as we go forward, the future could very well be not radio, not TV. You start a station on a YouTube channel. You start original content and programming on a whole channel. And I know that that's been done because I asked, has anybody else done this? But that's the concept for what this iteration of BiffNet would be. As I was like, okay, so I could have remote producers, we could have people running these shows, and we could have a lineup. You would have a daily lineup. You could have a weekly lineup. For example, Food of Ages, which right now happens once every 2 weeks on a Wednesday on Facebook, could be one of those shows that isn't a daily show, but it does occur once a week or once every 2 weeks on the BiffNet network. You know, Rahil's podcast, I would ask him if he wanted to be a part, but those are the kinds of things that BiffNet could be. So I was like, okay, I get that. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I should start my own channel, not a channel where it's me and it's a YouTube channel with me. No, it is a quote unquote channel like a TV channel, like a radio channel, like a radio station where you have programming throughout the day. Now, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that I haven't even begun to wrap my head around. The only thing I thought was this. That's the only thing I thought is this. What does it mean for this show? What does it mean for my brand? Because the concern becomes, I don't want to mess this up. Like what I've created and what we've created with Barry on Deck and with this show, we started this from nothing. Like you guys were just like, hey, we like what you did on the radio. Fucking do something and we'll be there. And I was like, then nobody's going to come to this, but I'll create it. I'll see what happens. And then we started off with a bang and then it leveled off a little bit. But now we have this foundation, this base of what Barry on Deck is that is absolutely amazing. I get a lot of compliments. I get a lot of people that say, I don't know what you're doing, Barry, but man, you are definitely headed in the right direction. Do not stop and keep going. So I know that, yeah, the numbers aren't where I would like them to be when we first started, but I'm happy. I'm happy with what we're creating every day. I'm happy with how we're creating, and I'm happy with the way we're giving back. I'm happy with all of the stuff that we do on this show on a daily basis. I love this. This is my job. I was telling John, I get up every day. I was telling Kiki, I get up every day, and from noon to 4:30, I go to work. This is my job, but I love my job. And then, of course, I do other shit outside of that for the show, but this show and making this show is what I do every day, and I enjoy it. So the concern about BiffNet, the concern about creating a channel is that the Barry on Deck part of this gets lost in the shuffle, becomes secondary. And we've built this, I hate saying because I didn't do shit. We built this. And the concern is, well, I don't want to fuck this up. We are headed in the right direction. I just don't want to mess this up. So it's stuff that I really do need to wrap my head around and do some feasibility studies and then have an exit plan. What if BiffNet fails? What if BiffNet is just a huge, colossal waste of time and shits the bed? And then what? What happens to Barry on Deck? Are you guys going to still come back and watch? What do I do with it after that? How do I recover from an unsuccessful launch of live programming on a YouTube or Facebook channel? Like what? All that stuff I need to wrap my head around, but I'll tell you what, it was an epiphany this weekend to figure out, that's what it could be. That's the direction we could go with this. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because you know what? I realize there's 58 people here and some of you could give a single fuck about BiffNet or what it is, and I apologize for that. But you got to understand, my day ones and the OGs and those that have been rocking with me since Barry on Deck started have been wanting this and encouraging this, and so I wanted to share that with you guys before I really shared it with anybody else. I talked about it. I mentioned it in a tweet that John and I talked about it. But I mean, literally the only people that had knew that before now was, John and Kiki and my wife and one or two other people. And that's it. So I wanted to share it with you guys first. And now the process of working on it begins. Now the due diligence begins. This isn't something that's going to happen January 1. This may not happen till the summer. But now I've got to do the research and the due diligence, and how does this run? How does this operate? How does it make money? How does it allow how do you get creators that are on board with this? So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. So we'll see how it goes. But that was my BiffNet epiphany while I was on the road. All right, so enough about me. Let's get to some sports, shall we? Here's your sports headlines for the day. You guys, I'm not saying I'm excited. I'm not saying I'm happy. Patriots missed the playoffs. They ain't making the playoffs. Playoffs? Does this settle the debate? Was it Brady or was it Belichick? Who's the better person? It looked for a while like it was both of them. Patriots were looking good. Bucks were looking good. Then the Bucks struggled a little bit, and then the Patriots struggled a little bit. They still had a quality NFL quarterback in Cam Newton. The defense really let them down a lot this year too, though. But if you're a hater like me, the Patriots missed the playoffs for the first time since 2008. And can I be honest with you? The reason why I'm hating, can I be honest with you? Maybe now this is the kick in the pants that the Texans needed to go, we don't want to be like the Patriots anymore. Maybe we'll just find our own identity. God, please, Jesus, for the love of you, make that happen. Because I am so sick of the Texans trying to be like that organization. So they missed the playoffs just like the Texans. Wow, maybe the Texans really are like the Patriots. They both missed the playoffs. Titus Howard stayed in the hospital in Indianapolis overnight last night due to a concussion he suffered on the field. The Jets messed up. The Jets beat the Rams. And in doing so, probably cost themselves the number 1 overall pick, because when you look at it, that pick, there's tiebreakers. If the Jets and Jags both finish with 1 win, the Jags win the tie for the worst team in the league and will get the number 1 pick in the draft. All the Jets had to do was not win, was not fuck around and win. And they did. And now it is very possible that the Jets are going to get the number 2 pick and not the number 1 pick and not Trevor Lawrence. And now, Jets gonna Jets, man. Browns win their 10th game for just the second time since 1994. Now, look, you can say what you want about being a Texans fan or a Cowboys fan or any suffering fan base, but could you imagine your team has only won 10 games for the second time now since 1994? Holy shit. I graduated high school in 1992. That's awful. That's beyond awful. So congrats to the Browns. Congrats to you, Jen. I know that's your squad. I know you roll deep and roll thick with them. So, yeah, good stuff there. Real quick, got to pause for the cause here. Eric Resendez with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. You are always so kind, man. He said, I'm willing to pay from $20 to $50 a month as a subscription to BiffNet. Bro, if BiffNet did, well, first of all, that's amazing, and thank you. I wouldn't expect that. There would be like memberships and stuff, because if we're just going to keep talking about it, the vision was like, all right, we have Westling in the morning, I'll be afternoon, Trey could be evenings, or Drive would have Kiki mixed in. If Raheel wanted to do his show on there, if we could do some gaming, we'll have that. Like, we'll have all that, right? But then we'll have memberships, because YouTube right now has a membership thing. I haven't put it on. I qualify for it. Like, I could sell memberships to my YouTube channel, but I already have Patreon, so I don't need to double up. I don't want to double dip. If you want to be a member of something, go join Patreon, right? But yeah, BiffNet could be different. We could have memberships that you could use as kind of a subscription service, and you would get extra shows and content on the YouTube channel for members only. There would be member-only chats and all that stuff, so it would be kind of dope, Eric. But I appreciate the enthusiasm, man, and the support. Without you guys like you, man, and gals like you, no, that's not what I meant. It just doesn't happen, so I'm here for it. Look, speaking of, there's the genesis of it all himself, John Wesley, who, by the way, I'm waiting on the picks. I guess I can go ahead and say it now. You guys, John Wessling, they went and adopted Bumbleino. Y'all know every Wednesday we do Whisker Wednesday right here on Barry on Deck, where I team up with Katie and Special Pals, and I feature a dog and a cat that they have at their shelter every single week. Well, I'm happy to announce last week, what was his name? Milo or whatever, Mutton Chop? I don't remember his fucking name. He got adopted while we were on air, and then a couple of weeks ago, I showed you a cat named Bumbleino who was cute as shit, had no tail, and Westling saw the cat and was like, that looks like our old cat, we're gonna go get it. And they did! They went and got it! Yes! So we've got House with a Special Pal's dog named Callie, and now Westling goes and gets Bumbleino, which I think he's changing the name to Dirty Sanchez. He said Bumbleino is home with us right now. John, send me a pic, bro. Send me a pic. Would you say you were changing the name to Dirty Sanchez or some shit? I don't remember what you said it was going to be. It was like something weird like that. Anyways. Yes, Liebeshock does get Biffnet credit as well. You two guys are the genius behind the Biffnet. Oh, there it is. His new name is Vincenzo LaGuardia Bumbleino. Hey! Oh! Because his little tail is like a meatball, eh? It's fucking cute. Send me some pics of Bumbleino at the Westling crib. I can't wait to see it, but that is dope AF. I'm so happy about that. Jen said, I love my Browns, and I also graduated in 94. Damn, Jen. How can you suffer, Jen, through all of that? You're a better person than me, because there's no way I would have suffered through that shit show. I'd given up on the Texans. Here's your NFL Week 15 scores. Bills beat the Broncos 48-19. Packers over the Panthers 24-16. Texans lose to the Colts. Texans lose to the Colts 27-20. Here's the question, though. Again, I tell you, I didn't get to watch a single moment of football this weekend until I got home, and then I maybe watched 2 minutes of Browns-Giants. Why was Deshaun Watson even playing in this game? Why did Deshaun Watson go 33 of 41 for 373 yards and 2 touchdowns? Literally, this game meant nothing. They were going to lose this game anyways. All they're doing is risking. Did he play the whole game, chat? Was he in there the entire time? I need to know if he was in there. If he was there through this whole game, then the Texans are dumber than even I thought they were. Big dumb idiots. Bucks beat the... Oh my God, Donna, he was. This is the stupidest. Now look, I get it. Thank you, Sylvia. I get it. I bet you that he was pushing. No, don't take me out. I'm going to roll with my team, and I get that because that is the kind of guy that Deshaun Watson is. That's the kind of player he is. He's going to go out there, and he's going to roll with his squad. He doesn't give a shit about it's football. Let me go play football. But there's some times in your life as an organization, God forbid, you make the right decision. And the right decision is to not play Deshaun Watson. If you want to at this point, the Texans need to treat the rest of the season like preseason. Go out there for a couple snaps. Go run out there for the first half. But you know what? Once the game is even remotely out of hand or just doesn't matter anymore, we're going to sit you down. It's not worth the risk. Could you imagine if Deshaun Watson from the sidelines, if Deshaun Watson suffers an injury that not even is just season ending because there's not much, but bleeds into next season and is quite possibly career threatening because they exist. Could you imagine if he ends up with an injury like Alex Smith? This organization should just fold if that happens. So the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to win and you're going to cost yourself draft position in the later rounds for the shitty picks that you do have. Or you're going to lose, rest Deshaun, make sure that your future is stable at least for another year, and improve or maintain your draft status in the rounds that you have picks in. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous and really, really stupid. Bucks beat the Falcons 31-27. Cowboys, what? Them boys, we them boys. Cowboys beat the Niners 41-33. Titans beat up on the Lions 46-25. Derrick Henry goes for 147. Dolphins beat the Patriots 22-12. That had to feel good. Still in the playoff hunt, but Dolphins still have work to do. Dolphins still have to win. If they don't win next week, they are on the outside looking into the playoffs, so they still have work to do. Bears beat the Vikings 33-27. Seahawks clinch a playoff berth, I do believe, if I read that right, 20-15, beating the Washington football team. Ravens over the Jags 40-14. Jets fuck around and win 23-10 over the Rams, costing themselves the number one pick potentially. Cardinals beat the Eagles 33-26. Chiefs fuck around and almost lose to the Saints with a banged up Drew Brees out there, 32-29. I tell you what, take a pause for the cause here for a second. Saints, I would be, if I'm a Saints fan, I'm more worried about that defense than I am Drew Brees heading into the playoffs. I'm a lot more worried about, now again, I didn't watch this game, but if I look at this score and I see that they gave up 32 points to the Chiefs and they were supposed to be the number one defense, I get it. It's the Chiefs. But if you're supposed to have, I mean, let's look at what they've done in the last couple of weeks as well, with and without Drew Brees. That defense is in trouble. That defense, Cancer 84 said, watch your mouth. Look, but I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you, I would be concerned as a Saints fan going into the playoffs, not because of Drew Brees' health, but because of this defense. So they better be careful. 32-29 Chiefs over the Saints. Browns beat up on the Giants 20-6. And if you were curious, here's your NFL playoff standings right now. Chiefs, Steelers, and Bills are in. They've all clinched. Chiefs probably going to end up as the number one seed. And remember, this year, number one seed is the only team that gets a bye. 8 teams make the playoffs. They have the Raiders listed as still alive. Are they? I mean, do you have faith in the Raiders making the playoffs? When you look at what they're competing with, I mean, the Colts are going to get a spot. We know that. If the Raiders win out and the Dolphins and Ravens lose out, then they have an outside shot. So in reality, it's set. We just don't know where exactly this is going to occur. But yeah, right now, it looks like that your division or your top 8 would be Chiefs, Steelers, Bills, Titans, Browns, Colts, Dolphins, Ravens. We just need to figure out the order for it. Over in the NFC, Packers, Saints, and Seahawks have all clinched playoff berths. The Washington football team at a pathetic, at a paltry 6-8 right now, are in the playoffs. The Rams at 9-5, along with the Bucks, the Cardinals, and the Bears. Vikings on the outside looking in. Listen, I really don't think that the Vikings have a shot at making the playoffs. I know mathematically they're not eliminated, but it's going to be a tough road to hoe. The interesting thing, though, is the Cowboys and Giants at 5-9, with the Washington football team at 6-8, are still they still have a shot. Washington football team has the Panthers and the Eagles left. That's their schedule. Panthers and Eagles. The Cowboys have on their schedule, they have Eagles and Giants. And then, what the hell just happened to I was trying to pull up the other, and the Giants have, we know that the Giants are going to play the Cowboys, duh. But the Giants still have the Ravens and the Cowboys. So toughest schedule would obviously be the Giants because they still have to go play the Ravens, so they're probably eliminated. So then it just becomes, is Washington going to be able to hang on? Cowboys, can they beat the Eagles and Giants? I don't know. I don't think that I don't think that they run the table on those two teams. But listen, it's the NFC East. Anything's possible. Same thing with the Washington football team. They got to play the Eagles, but they also have to go and play the Panthers. And right now, is anybody scared of the 4-10 Panthers? No. So I'd say that the Washington football team right now is in the driver's seat to win that division and make the playoffs. So What's up, underrated mess? I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I hope this isn't it until after Christmas. You better hang around. You better hang around. P. Jones said, I'm worried like y'all was, are you worried like y'all was before the Saints won 9 straight? Here's the thing, P. Jones. Momentum is real going into the playoffs. And I know it doesn't always pan out like that, but they better figure out what's going on defensively on that team. You can talk about all you want winning 9 in a row, but that defense is falling off a cliff. It's kind of like when you see a guy like a Jose Altuve who's hit 330 his entire career, then all of a sudden he hits 280 one season. Shit happens. Shit happens, and it's tough to recover. I'm not downing the. I'm not suggesting that the Saints are going to, get bounced and not win any playoff games, P. Jones. What I'm saying is, if I were you, if I was a Saints fan, I would be more concerned because look, Drew Brees being banged up and not getting 100% healthy before the playoffs start is a concern too, and it should be. But I would be less concerned about going into a playoff game with Drew Brees at 80% than I would be my defense just absolutely shitting the bed. What? Hold on. Let's see what the Saints have done the last couple games with that defense. And I realized they've rattled off some good wins. Early on they struggled a little bit. Lost to the Raiders 34-24, lost to the Packers 37-30, both of those potential playoff teams. And then, they rattled off 9 in a row. Lions, Chargers, Panthers. Oh, well, stop me when you hear a good team. Bears, the Bucks. Okay, yeah. Niners, Falcons, Broncos, Falcons. I mean, those 9 in a row weren't against great teams either. They had that one good win over the Bucks 38-3, but then the defense kind of fell apart. Give up 24 to the Eagles, which was a shitty team, and now you've given up 32 to the Chiefs. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be hanging my hat on the fact that the Broncos only scored 3 points on that team. So, I don't know. You've given up 34 in your losses. You've given up 34, 37, 24, and 32. That's concerning. That's concerning. They've got the Vikings and the Panthers left. This isn't a team that's not going to make the playoffs. This isn't a team that isn't going to make people nervous in the playoffs. I'm just telling you, the bigger concern on that team right now is not Drew Brees' health. It's the defense. Just my opinion. KC makes every team look bad. Well, didn't they just lay an egg, if I'm not mistaken, last week or the week before? I mean, they didn't look great. Who was it against? Oh, Broncos. They put up 22 against the Broncos. I mean, and again, I get it. It's KC. They're going to make teams look bad. But your 4 losses, 30-plus points per loss. I mean, listen, don't shoot the messenger. And I know, P. Jones, you got the gloves up and you're backed into the corner and you're defending your Saints I respect the shit out of it. Ride with your team. I'm just telling you as an objective, neutral observer what the fear and concern would be for me if I was you. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not dogging the Saints. Don't take it that way. So there's your NFC playoff standings. Sorry, House, but your Vikings ain't making the playoffs, brosif. It's not happening. Why is House in trouble? He said, what did I do? What are y'all doing in the chat? Are y'all giving House the business? Okay. Well, all right, real quick, because we're going to talk college playoffs for a second. I got a bone to pick. As a neutral observer, but also as an Aggies fan, I got kind of an issue. But before do you have an issue? Do you have an issue getting quality seafood south of I-10? If you do, then I got the cure for your issue. It's called the Boiling Dragon. It's some of the freshest seafood south of I-10 in the Pearland area specifically, and it's got an Asian twist. Their boiled seafood flavors include house original, garlic butter, Thai basil. They specialize in dishes like campechana and clam chowder, and the chowder fries, which CC has vouched for as being amazing. Gumbo, shrimp, crab puffs, Brussels sprouts, catfish, shrimp baskets, you name it, they have it. And it's all delicious. Plus, they have off-the-menu chef specials. If you're looking for some of those off-the-menu chef specials, all you have to do is follow their social media pages right there on your screen, and you'll get all the details every other week they post about them, so you'll know what's coming. Boiling Dragon, a locally owned business. They are blessed with the love and support of the Pearland and surrounding communities. They wanted me they wanted to make sure that I told you guys that they realize how lucky they are and they realize how much support they've been given. So go check them out. 11625 Broadway Street in Pearland. The hours of operation are on your screen. Go check them out if you want some of the best seafood in the Pearland area, hands down. And hey, listen, are you taking care of yourself? New Year's is right around the corner. Do me a favor, as a friend, I'm worried about you guys. I want you to take care of your health. So do me a favor, promise to get healthy in 2021. And the best way to do that is to go get a wellness exam. And the best place to do that is at the Y Factor. The Y Factor is the area's top urology and fertility practice in the greater Houston area. Locations all over the place, 3 in the Memorial area, 1 in Tomball, 1 in Webster, 1 coming to Richmond soon. So there's a location near you where you can go and get checked out and be treated like a person and get a playbook about how to get healthy in 2021. And you're not going to get pressured. They're not going to be like, all right, here's all the stuff you got to do to get healthy now. Pay us, pay us, pay us. They're just going to give you the plan, and it's up to you to execute. They'll help you execute it, but they're not going to pressure you to execute. And right now, it's December 21st. Their end-of-year procedures. It's a big time for that right now, so use your health benefits. Please get online and call them, or get online or call them, mancenters.com or 832-210-2556. Book your appointment right now, and someone will call and confirm it with you. They do all kinds of stuff, whether it's, vasectomies, vasectomy reversals, if you have genital pain, fertility evaluation, sexual dysfunction treatment, whatever it is, it's at the Y Factor. Women have OBGYNs and men have the Y Factor. All right, let's get to some of this college football talk because you guys, look, Jen's already preemptively striking. Don't hate on my Buckeyes. I'll buy my sneakers. I'll put my sneakers on and meet y'all in the street. Jen, tell me why, before we get into this, tell me why, Jen, tell me why the Buckeyes deserved to be not just in the playoffs, but number 3. Tell me why they deserved to leapfrog Notre Dame and be number 3 because they squeaked by Northwestern in the second half. Tell me why. Tell me why, Jen. I want to know. Why, if they're even in, why do they deserve to be number 3? Jen said it's not our fault. We were ready. Well, y'all didn't look ready in the first half, Jen. I mean, didn't look ready in the first half. Here's the thing. So I'm gonna move this out of here. I'm gonna get rid of this. I want to just take a look at this because I want to have an open and honest and a good debate, not just a from a fan's perspective debate. Let's have an actual discussion about the college football players. I just realized I didn't even tweet about the show, so numbers might be down for the day because I forgot to promote my own show as usual. I'm a fucking idiot. So let me share my screen with you guys because I want to take a look at this. So if you didn't hear, this is your college football playoffs. They decided last night on ESPN. It was revealed Bama number 1, Clemson number 2, Ohio State number 3, Notre Dame number 4. And on the outside looking in, a 1-loss Texas A&M squad. So here is, let me get rid of this. Here is the standings. What the hell's going on here? No, I just want to share my one window. Why are you being a jerk about this? College football rankings. There we go. And I'll even zoom in. Now, let's discuss for a minute, shall we? Bama, I get it. I get Bama. I even understand Clemson. I even understand Notre Dame. I think the question comes down to a 6-0 Ohio State team or an 8-1 Texas A&M team. I agree, Jen. I agree. And I said that at the beginning. This is why I couldn't get into college football to begin with. Is it wasn't a true season. I mean, you've got a 6-win, they played 6 games. They won all 6, undefeated. But they weren't tested in a full 10, 11, 12 game season like a lot of these teams were. Bama played 11 games. Clemson played 11 games. Notre Dame played 11 games. A&M played 9 games. They didn't even play 11 games. They only played 9. Ohio State only played 6. And yes, A&M lost. A&M lost one of their 9 games. And that one game was to Bama. And Bama has beat everybody. And it was an ass whooping. So let's make the case for some of these squads, right? So let's look at Bama first. If you look at their schedule, it's obviously pristine. They beat everybody in front of them. There was never doubt or questions. Bama is head and shoulders. Everybody's playing for the opportunity to lose to Bama. There's no question about that, right? I mean, we're clear on that. Clemson at number 2. Take a look at their schedule, right? So you've got Wake and Citadel and UVA. And, oh, okay. At the time, Miami was 7 when they beat Miami. Okay, cool. Georgia Tech, Syracuse, Boston College. They lost to number 4 Notre Dame, played Pitt, Virginia Tech, and then avenged their loss to Notre Dame, which is why I totally understand Clemson being the one-loss team that is the number 2 seed in the playoffs. You have avenged your loss, and not only was your one loss to a top 4 team, you beat a top 4 team. So I get it. I totally get it. Ohio State. You've got wins over Nebraska, at the time number 18 Penn State, Rutgers, Maryland, at the time number 9 Indiana, Illinois, Michigan State, didn't play Michigan, and Northwestern. So that's it, right? There's your 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. They didn't play Maryland. They didn't play Illinois. So there's your 6 wins. The best win that they had was at the time when Indiana was 9. That was their best win. So they've got wins against 3 ranked teams. Well, 2. Penn State's no longer ranked. And that's the argument for Ohio State. Listen, they ran the table. They played 3 ranked teams. They won all 3 ranked. They beat all 3 ranked teams. And 2 of those teams are still ranked. And ranked pretty highly at that. If you look at the final rankings, Indiana is 11. And Northwestern, even after losing, is still 14. So Ohio State can say, look, we beat 2 teams in the top 15. What do you want from us? You know, Penn State's no longer ranked, and that's okay, but that's Ohio State's argument. And now let's take a look at Aggie and see what their argument is. And Aggie's argument is they basically only lost to the best team in the country and beat everybody else in a what most people would consider a tough SEC. Their big win, their signature win was at the time Florida was ranked number 4 in the nation. They beat them barely, 41-38. But other than that, when you look at the A&M schedule, there's really not a win other than that Florida win that is impressive. They got their ass whooped by Bama, so it was obvious that Bama was the better football team. But I mean, you know, you see 17-12 against Vandy. I get it. It's how you finish, not how you start. But some of these wins look good. You know, these are SEC teams. These are you know, Big 5 programs. But that's the problem that I think the committee and other people are having with A&M is show me your good win. Well, we beat Florida. Okay, well, at the time Florida was 4, but they've lost 3 games. Somehow they're still at number 7, but you beat a 3-loss football team, which their 3 losses were A&M, LSU, and Alabama. So you get the Alabama loss. You get, maybe you understand, but they lost to LSU. It is the beautiful thing about college football, but it is also the most frustrating thing about college football. Do the Aggies deserve to be in the playoffs? I think so. I think just by the sheer fact that they played more games in the SEC in a Big 5 conference. If we're talking about Cincinnati, I'll set up my booth and you can change my mind. But Ohio State only played 6 games. I could find you 6 Aggie games where they went 6-0, and one of those wins would be against a number 7 Florida team. And I think if you looked at that head-to-head with Ohio State, you might go, okay. You know, they played LSU. They played whoever you want to pick out of the SEC that they played. It's interesting. I will say this, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it sure does feel like that the committee was like, well, better off with Ohio State than A&M. Let's be real. More people want to watch Ohio State on a national level than they do, and we're hurting for money. And I don't necessarily begrudge them of that, but it is a shame. And I would be making this argument for any other team that was in A&M's position. It just happens to be a team that I root for. So I want to make that clear. I'm not saying this because I think A&M. I'll sit here and argue with y'all about Cincinnati. I mean, we can take a look at their schedule and see who they've beaten. At the time, they beat a number 22 ranked Army team, a number 16th ranked SMU team, a number 24 ranked Tulsa team, and a 23rd ranked Tulsa team. So they beat four. They have 4 wins against top 25 opponents and never lost, never wavered. Or no, they didn't play Tulsa. They twice. They beat Tulsa the second game, I see. The first one was canceled. Tulsa improved by 1, and they still beat them. So they have 3 wins, against top 25 teams. Total Dallas said there's a Big Ten Iowa guy on the committee. I'm not going to get into that. I think it's more of, what do we think America wants to see in the playoffs? America doesn't want to see Cincinnati, and America doesn't want to see the Aggies. America wants to see those blue chip, they've been there for years programs. And unfortunately, if the Aggies were as well regarded as Ohio State, then they probably are in the playoffs. But there have been way more failures and laughable moments within that A&M program than there has success, than there has national titles, than there has dominance. When you look at Ohio State, they've been dominant for years. So they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. It's not their fault. It's not their fault they only played 6 games. They would have played Michigan. They would have played these other games. They just didn't get to. So I think that the committee took that into account too. I just think it's a shame. I think, again, we're seeing where, maybe you should have 6 teams in. Maybe you should have an 8-team playoff. And that's the other question is, that comes up every year. How much is too much? Well, you just let them all in, which I think is asinine. But, if you had an 8-team playoff and you gave the top 2 teams or maybe, the top 4 teams a bye, and instead, let A&M play Cincinnati and Oklahoma play Florida or something like that. I don't know. I mean, you'd have some teams that maybe deserve to be in that aren't. Anyways, I digress. That's your college football players. Jimbo Fisher responded. Nope, that is the wrong goddamn thing, Barry. Jimbo Fisher responded to all this. He said 7 straight SEC wins. Some schools ain't even playing 7 games. Direct shot. Shots fired at Ohio State. He said, I still believe we're a top 4 team, but that's my opinion on it, and I'm very biased, and other people have other opinions, and that's what makes this world go round. So he didn't lament it. He didn't, there are some people that will sit there and lay out their case and take it to the media and overblow it and really oversell it. I think Jimbo said what he said, and hopefully he keeps it classy. Listen, man, this is everybody ain't getting in. Total Dallas said 8 teams is right. 5 power conference champs, 1 group of 5 champ, 2 non-champ wild cards. Riley DeLisandri said, why do we need to see 8 teams when there already typically a gap between the top 2 teams and everyone else? Because you never know. Because you never know. You never know. You're right. It's Alabama and Clemson and everybody else. But crazier shit has happened for real. I mean, crazier things have happened, so. Erica said over-under Bama wins by 40 against Notre Dame. What is the spread, 19? Did I see that right? The spread was like 19? That's going to take place January 1st, the Rose Bowl game. I'm trying to click on it here. Where's the game cast? Bama has an 81% chance. 19.5 is the spread. Bama is a minus 1,100. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. I don't know. I think, 19 and a half is crazy. And probably doable. I wouldn't be. So here was my thought. It's been my thought. You have 5 conferences. You have 5 Power 5 conferences. All 5 conferences have a conference champion, right? Why not let each conference champion have a playoff spot? And then you have one team from a group of 5. The best group of 5 team according to the rankings. And that's where the playoff committee would decide. And if you want to go to 8, then the playoff committee could pick those 3. But why not let the conference champions play? And I get it. Oh, well, sometimes there's 2 teams in the SEC or the ACC or the Big Ten that deserve to be in. Yeah, well, sometimes teams don't make the playoffs that are in the West in the NBA. And they were better than half the teams in the East. Sometimes teams make the playoffs in the NFL that have no business being in the playoffs, but somebody from a division in the NFC East, somebody from that division has to win it. So don't be selective, Cowboy fan, if that's you. That's like, oh, no, you don't do that. You got 2 better teams over here. If you're going to let an NFC East team play in the playoffs, shit. You could let a Pac-12 team into the playoffs. You absolutely could. Like, Total Dallas, watch your freaking mouth. And you're right, Total Dallas. It would make the conference champions way more exciting. And you could make those your bowl games now. You know what I mean? It could be the Big 12 Cotton Bowl Conference Championship game. And it would mean a lot more. A lot more. CC. Calm down, killer. I just think it would be, interesting. I think it's the right thing to do. All right, that's enough sports for the day. When we come back, let's talk some fun. I'm going to give you, I watched The Mandalorian. Finally done with it. Don't want to be a spoiler, so if you haven't watched The Mandalorian yet, you're going to want to skip maybe the first 10 minutes after the break. Jason Smith has a really good point, though, you guys. Jason has a good point. He said, look, we don't need a playoff. Just let Clemson and Bama play and see who wins. Okay. I'm not going to argue with that. I would love to see him be like, no, I think, nope. Those are the 2 best teams in football right now. And they deserve to be in, but you never know. So we'll talk Mandalorian. I've got this thing called Skittles parties that you guys need to be aware of if you have kids. We need to talk about the 10 grossest Christmas movies of all time. And by grossest, I mean the top grossing Christmas movies of all time. And let me tell you what, you can still catch this block, all right? Fuck around and find out. All that and more right after this break. I've got some really funny break videos for you. I went and grabbed some TikTok stuff, including one that I just posted on my TikTok yesterday, which is from the set I just did at the Grove. Shout out the Grove this past weekend. So check that out at the end of the break video. We're back in 5 minutes. Do me a favor. I did a piss poor job of promoting this show today. I don't even think we've hit 70 yet. So do me a favor, fam. Go grab a friend that's never watched the show. Send them a link to it and say, hey, you should check this out. You might like it. And I would appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. All that fun stuff. Here's some confetti, whatever the fuck. There's the chat. I got all this shit on the screen. Who gives a fuck? All right, we're back in 5 minutes right after this. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack.
Morning, y'all. Steve and I were just waking up and talking and taking our coffee and stuff, and we were just saying how crazy it is to see people complaining about the $600 stimulus check. When do we become showing grateful? Every day I watch Ellen, right? And every day Ellen gives her whole audience a TV, and they already have TVs, but that doesn't stop them from ripping off their clothes and screaming and crying and getting on their knees and saying, thank you, Ellen. The government and their friends at Shutterfly have partnered to give us all a $600 stimulus check, and we're going to complain about that? Why? Because it only pays half your rent? Okay, well, that means your landlord can only kick you out of half your house. That's a good thing. You know, we haven't told a lot of people this yet, but we are pregnant. And it's a baby girl, and we're going to name her Stimulus. And I know people are going to say, oh, is that foreign? No, it's American. Steve brought up a good point just a minute ago, which is that America is the richest nation on earth. Do you think we got that way by giving everybody free money? Y'all need to watch Hamilton. Getting $600 is a blessing, okay? It's like whenever they punch the last hole in your punch card at the pedicure place and you get a free eyebrow wax. Or when you get super cash at Old Navy and you can redeem it from December 27th to January 3rd, okay? That's a trickle-down treat. Y'all, if Jesus can multiply 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish to feed 5,000 people, y'all can multiply $600 to feed your family for a few months. I mean, Jesus didn't even have a calculator. At least y'all have calculators. Y'all have Texas Instruments. Like, come on.
What the hell you think you go walking through here? Oh, you doubling up on the walkthrough. Man, what's going on here? Y'all ain't just gonna be walking through here like y'all, who is this coming through? You get the double skibbity paps, man. One for each ball since you a man. Y'all better start getting clearance out here before you just walk, because you can get you get the double up on the skibbity paps, man. I got skibbity paps all day, man. Y'all, you better, I'm sick of this. I should have knocked your glasses off, playboys, so you walk into a wall.
Today's episode, this is the 4th way to open up a bottle of wine without a corkscrew. And I really like this way because it's truly, you're in the middle of nowhere, you have no tools, nothing except the shoe on your foot and the bottle of wine. Let's see how this goes. First thing, get the foil off. Second thing, take your shoe off. Stick the bottle of wine in the shoe. I find that Nikes work best. I'm gonna use a tree, like we're in the middle of nowhere, and we have nothing else, but a good solid wall will work just fine. And the key is, you can see it's starting to come out. A little bit more. And there you go. How to open a bottle of wine without a corkscrew. Cheers.
What the hell?
Stop saying that.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Good is that?
I'm anti-mask, but I'm anti-mask. I think there's only like a certain group of people that are allowed to be anti-maskers. It's those of us that wear glasses. Right? Yes! The rest of y'all can kiss our ass. We have been walking around in a fog since March. Some of y'all are like, I can't breathe, bitch, we can't see. I've just been walking around just bumping into shit since we would march and rally, but we'd all be on different streets. We wouldn't even show up to the right spot. The signs would be backwards. I will say this though, if you have bad teeth, this is your season. Boy. Right? Bad teeth and double chins. This is your time to shine, man. If you can't get a phone number now, just give it up. It ain't happening. Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. If you did, if you didn't, you can go fuck yourself. You're not here to hear that, but you know what? You're a piece of shit for leaving. Well, why would you do that? I just remembered something too. I was like, boy, even when I don't tweet it out though, the numbers are usually better. And I'm not obsessing over it, but I was like, oh, you know what? It's Christmas week. Of course. Everybody's taking off for the holidays this week. So obviously there are going to be less people watching. They're spending time with their family. They ain't fucking around with no YouTube bullshit fledgling fuckface like me. So, okay. So all week long, I just have to know that viewing is going to be down because of the holidays. I can accept that. That's usually how it is in radio too. Now, normally I would take like a whole week off and then AJ or the PD would be like, you can't take this time off. I'm like, bitch, I earned this vacation. But here we are. I will say this. I haven't thought of it yet, but I will warn you, that's what I was just about to get to, Justin Swinford. I will probably take Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. it would be nice to spend some time with Nora. Now, if she is working Christmas Eve, I will probably do a show for maybe 4 people, whoever shows up. But yeah, if Nora is off Christmas Eve, then I will probably take that day off to spend the day with her. If she's working, I'll do a show. Okay, fair enough. So it's kind of up in the air right now. I'll find out tonight. Remember, she literally just started a new job last week. So she may be the ass out employee that has to work on Christmas because she's the newbie. So, all right. Before we get in, I'm so excited to talk Mandalorian. And the first motherfucker to make fun of my lack of knowledge is going to get a stern talking to. Do you hear me? But before we do get into the Mandalorian and everything else, I wanted to tell you guys about, not the Wine Factor, I already told you about that. I want to tell you about Hemp Vita. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys, I'm telling you, Hemp Vita, first things first, right out the chute, you need to know they only use cannabinoids that are organically grown in the U.S. All of their products that they sell have no THC in them. You should not be popped on a drug test for THC. Some places don't allow you to take CBD, so be careful of that. Hemp Vita, they are dedicated to providing you all natural wellness products, including their gels, including their gummies, including their sunscreen. I mean, they have the tinctures. They have products for your pets like dog biscuits. They have it all. And I am partial to 2 of these products specifically. I am partial to the gel and I am partial to the gummies. And I implore you to try both of those. Hop on to hempvitacbd.com. When you check out, use promo code DECKHEAD15. You're going to save 15%. They're going to know that it works to advertise on Barry on Deck. And Daddy might get a slight commission from it too. So everybody wins. You get great products. They know that their advertising dollars work. And that keeps Barry on Deck going. And you know, I put a few cents in my pocket as well to help me keep going as well. So they've got the gels, the gummies, and look, if you suffer from any of the following, this is what CBD has been known to help with: inflammation, pain relief, insomnia, anxiety, seizures. Maybe you just need to relax more. And don't forget the pet products. Check them out, hempvitacbd.com. Promo code DECKHEAD15. All right. Sandoval said, shit, I work at a company that doesn't pay holidays. I need to switch. 5 fucking years wasted. Sandoval, are you serious, bro? You don't get paid for your holidays? So if you take off on Christmas Day, you make $0 on Jesus' birthday. That is a sham and a shame. Seriously, you should get paid on Christmas Day. There's like 3 days a year that are holidays that I think people should absolutely get paid for. In fact, let's go one further. If I had a business, if I ran a business, everybody would get their birthday off. Yeah, we'll just give you your birthday off. Why not, right? Why not? What's wrong with unions? Are you pro-union or are you anti-union? No, ma'am. Pro or anti? That's pretty shitty that they don't pay you. P. Jones said, I'll be here. I got to work Christmas Eve, so do a show, damn it. You know what I might do, P. Jones? I might stream on Twitch. So if I don't do a Barry on Deck, Nora may let me just, play video games, and I might do that. Oh, no, man said pro to get paid for Christmas. That's the thing, man. I realize that it's a company thing, and you get company holidays, but a lot of companies pay you. And yes, House, let's run through our list. What should we get off? Because some of this bullshit like President's Day and shit, get the fuck out of here. Get out. We don't need President's Day off, and that shouldn't be a holiday. You should get your birthday off. You should get the day off to vote on voting day. You should get Christmas Day off. You should get Thanksgiving Day off. You should get Black Friday off. You should get New Year's Day and the day after. So you should get New Year's Eve and New Year's Day so that you can recover, right? So that's what, 7? Most people get 10. You got Easter, or it should be allowed to be substituted for a religious holiday for that person or persons. If they don't celebrate Easter, maybe they celebrate something else where they would like to have a day off to go and practice their religion. And then you got two extra days. Memorial Day, birthday, Good Friday. Memorial Day, yes. And then maybe even, Veterans Day. There's Labor Day. So I'm good with that. Labor Day. So there's our 10, right? I got to write those down, submit those to the holiday committee. I can't wait till I start BiffNet and have a company. And then I get to tell my employees, no, you can't have off on Christmas Day and get paid. I would never fucking do that. That is just the worst. Sandoval, I don't know where you work, man, but fuck them people. I hope you're not on the speaker right now. Fuck them people, man. Pay these people to be off on a holiday, assholes. Oh, that's the other one. Don't get me started on off days for a new child. Well, now we do need to talk about that, chat. Here's the problem. Some of you raggedy bitches, Juneteenth should be an optional. There should be like optional holidays. They give you a list, right? Because look, Juneteenth might mean more to one person than it does the other, but if they want to take off and celebrate that day, they should be able to. Why can't we have an optional holiday calendar where you list all the holidays? So you can list the standards, right? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, New Year's Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day. But then you can list, Easter or all the other religious holidays that maybe somebody would want a day off for. You can list Juneteenth. You can list birthdays. You could list, birthday. And then you have those options to say, yes, I don't want to take off for President's Day, but I'd like to be off on Juneteenth to go down and enjoy the parade. Or I don't want to take off on Easter because I'm Buddhist, but I would like to take off on Buddhist Day or whatever that would be. Why not? What's so wrong with that? It's common sense. Have an optional holiday calendar where you get to pick your 10 holidays. A lot of people maybe don't give a fuck about Christmas Eve. Like, my wife has to work Christmas Eve, so I don't want to be off. But I'd rather be, but then her company gives her off for XYZ. Why not, man? Make it optional. That way people can pick their holiday schedule. That would be dope. That would be really cool. All right, I promise you right now, when BiffNet and this and everything else becomes a company, if I ever have employees, there will be it will be pick your holidays. You will get 10 and you pick whatever 10 you want to pick. That is a promise right here. I'm not going to have the employees. I mean, I hope I can afford to pay people. And like that book that I was listening to, they were like, you have to yes, you will be a BiffNet employee, Rev. You have to go and hire people. You just bite the bullet. It's like, it's like having kids, apparently, when you run a business. Running a business is the same as running a family. If you wait until you're ready to have kids, you'll never have kids. If you wait until you're ready to have employees, you'll never have employees. No, we're definitely not calling you talent. Let's not push it. You want to come work for me too, D-Mata? Man, I wish I could give y'all all a job. We'll see how this goes. I know the first person I'm hiring and paying a salary to. I'll be honest with you. Jen and Katie I'm hoping that through my nonprofit that I plan to start next year, that I can pay one or both of these ladies some sort of semblance of a salary for all that they do behind the scenes for me on this and hopefully in the future with the nonprofit. That would be dope as shit. If I could put some coin in their pocket for the effort that they give me on both of those, that would be dope. And then we can start talking about paying on-air personalities and producers, but the money's got to be there, and salespeople and marketing and everything else. But that's the plan, right? I will say this. I looked at one of the channels somebody sent me because I was like, does anybody do a channel where you've got multiple shows? Somebody sent me Your Mom's House podcast. They do have multiple shows. That was dope. But somebody sent me just a Spanish one. I don't know. It wasn't Spanish. Let me go find it. I want to show y'all this. Because this, I was like, holy shit. This will never be what I do. But holy shit, this is big time. It was, where is it? Not TPS, Total Pro Sports, because they do more of a kind of a gimmicky list type videos. Where the fuck was it? Not Good Mythical Morning either. Somebody sent me the name. Inchoof. I don't know how to pronounce this. Let me just pull it up. I'm not going to run their content though, because I will definitely get busted for copyright infringement. What is Kinda Funny Games? Is that a channel that has multiple different types of shows on one? I'll have to check that out. Cancer84, thank you. So this is, let me turn this off. Nope. This is what they sent me. Look at this shit, you guys. You talk about goals for BiffNet. This is Enchufa TV. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm definitely not saying that right. They have almost 24 million subscribers, and it's literally like a TV station. Seriously. They have different shows. They have Super Easy. They have Sketch 2020. They have Mortal Glitch, which I watched and is actually pretty damn funny. And they've got all these shows on here. And some of these are shorter sketches. Some of these are actual shows. But I was like, oh, okay, this is the model. Like that Mortal Glitch, I didn't understand a word they said. Enchufe. Okay. Is that what it's called, Luis? Enchufe. Got it. So, but this was like, I was like, okay, that's the template. That's the, if I had 24 million subscribers to BiffNet, oh, you best believe I'm paying people and giving holidays. We're going to have production crews. We're going to have all that shit. Now, if I have 2,400, not so much. By the way, one more time, highly recommend these. I need to email them to sponsor. No Ma'am said, speaking of copyright infringements, have you heard of the new legislation up for vote that would turn copyright into a felony? Yes. And let me tell you what, that is one of the scariest things about doing what we do, like on a show like this, or even on gaming. It's scary as fuck. And these games are using copyrighted music that they're paying for. They're licensing for their games. But the problem is they're not licensing it to the end users to license on their live streams. So I might be playing a video game where a song comes up that is copyrighted. A lot of people on Twitch have been getting DMCA and copyright strikes because of that. Now, some of them are fucking idiots and they just pull up their Spotify and start playing music that's copyrighted. Now, here's where the question becomes. Why can't these streamers, and more specifically, why can't Twitch treat this like radio? The way radio works is you pay RIA and you pay these copyright organizations fees, and you're supposed to. Now, I will say a lot of stations don't do this, but you're supposed to track the music that you play, and then you submit that. And these are all the songs we played. This is how long. Some of them were 3-second hits. Some of them were full songs. But this is all of the music, the copyrighted music that we played, and then you pay a fee for that. And then they distribute that money to the record labels and the artists. Why can't that occur for streamers? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, why are you going to put somebody in jail who's playing Call of Duty that jumps into a vehicle and the game manufacturer decided that it would be cool to throw up a known song, right? Same thing with Grand Theft Auto. Same thing with Madden. All these songs that exist that are copyrighted, and now streamers like myself are on the hook for the punishment. And then they're like, well, don't stream. Well, how about this, game manufacturers? At least give me the option to turn off the fucking music in the game, which they're starting to do, I believe. What was one of the games that just got released? I think Call of Duty has that now, but I think, I don't remember. Oh, Cyberpunk, which has turned out to be a fucking disaster and a piece of shit. I saw it and immediately was like, I don't want to play that game. That looks stupid. But I think Cyberpunk 2077, you had the ability to go in and say, don't play the music. But they should just give you like the ability to license it or something. I don't know. They need to figure it out. But it's fucking stupid that you would put a streamer in jail for playing a video game. Why don't you just set it up so that when a streamer gets paid, part of our commissions that we have to pay back to Twitch is to pay for the music, is to pay for the rights to license it. It's asinine. No Ma'am said the war on drugs is starting to slow down, so they need to find a way to compensate to keep the prisons profitable. Could you imagine prisons full of streamers? Jesus Christ. Instead of toothbrushes scraping on the floor, you hear the clicking of joysticks and just cell after cell of people just nerds behind bars. Oh, could you imagine how many books would be read? It's stupid, man. It's stupid. And yeah, Cyberpunk was a big old flop, Justin. I watched Dr. Disrespect do a gameplay, which I want to talk about him for a second. We're going to talk Mandalorian, I promise. But I watched a couple of people do a Cyberpunk 2077 game, like just playing it. And I was like, that looks fucking awful. Awful. No, thank you. Dr. Disrespect is funny. I got to give credit where credit is due. When I first saw it, I was like, this is fucking stupid. I think as a comedian, I get a little judgy when people try to be funny, where I'm like, well, I got to get pretentious. I'm not going to lie. Well, I mean, I'm a professional comic. I'm kind of trained in these things, so I can see it a mile away. That dude's funny. His timing is really good. His character is good. He stays in character. He knows when to break character. Dr. Disrespect is a funny-ass dude, man. And I have a ton of respect for what he's doing. Not just his gameplay, but how he's pulling that off and being entertaining and being funny. So I just wanted to point that out because at first I was like, this is stupid. No, it's not. He's legitimately funny. So props to him for being legitimately funny. All right, let's talk Mandalorian for a minute. I finally finished it. I'm going to warn you right now. Spoiler alert! I don't have anything, so I'll just hit the subscribe button. I don't have hold on, let's see. That's not really good spoiler alert music. What is it? I still don't have these No, that's not. Spoiler alert! Nope. Nope. That's not good. Nope. No. And then I know this one is drum roll. Drum roll, please! Spoiler alert! I need a fucking DJ siren. Oh, I think I have one in here. Hold on. I'm way off the fucking rails. Guess who doesn't care, though? This guy. I have this. Where are my drops at? So these were built in. Oh, spoiler alert! It's the worst. There's your spoiler alert. That sounds like a Beyonce song. Right? No, a J-Lo song. I would play it, but I get a copyright strike. Fuck you, America. Nope. Nope. I wonder, is this a spoiler alert?
Bang down the goddamn corner doing dope. Bang down the goddamn corner doing dope. Bang down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be shamed. Bang down the goddamn corner.
You guys didn't get that Friday. I thought I'd give you a little peek. A little something. What did I miss? Who's not interested? Oh, you're not interested in Mandalorian? So you're leaving the show because we're going to talk about a topic you're not interested in? Wow, you guys are dicks. All right, well, let's get to the Mandalorian talk. We talk about the Saints. You think the bunch of people are interested in the Saints? Mandalorian was good. I'm surprised at how much I was into it. My observations of the Mandalorian, and we were talking about this in the green room at the show. Oh, are you leaving for spoiler alerts, D-Mata? Is that why you're leaving? Yeah, or the Cowboys, Chris Reyes. Fucking amen. Talk Saints and Cowboys, but we can't talk Mandalorian, only the most popular show on TV right now. And I don't know why I'm doing this. She said I didn't go potty at the break. Well, should have pooped. What can I tell you? Oh, you're not leaving. You're telling them bye. Gotcha. Hey, here's the thing about Mandalorian. It's like a space western. The music, the feel. I even noticed his gun looks like a laser 6-shooter. It is hot as fuck in here. And I do know now that I can run the fan in this bitch. Go fanning fan! I should put it on rotate. It's a fancy little fan. I'm going to rotate it. Let's rotate this bad boy. Still here, but don't care. Well, at least you're still here, Pete Jones. That's what matters. Mandalorian is kind of like a space western. It has that feel to it, right? Like they have the shootouts and they're in the desert, and the small towns feel like a western small town. So it does have a very western vibe to it, space cowboy vibe to it. But I think the writing has been really good. And if you're into Star Wars, if you're into the franchise, then it's really cool to see some of this. Now, I'm going to warn you again about the spoiler alert because I'm going to talk about the last episode. But the fact that I'm confused about something, nerds, so I really need some clarification more than anything. I thought the last episode was badass because when they had the what were they called? The Dark Troopers? Is that what they were called? Are we going to get a drum solo? Do you want to? Is that what you want? Oh, you want a drum solo over there? No. And by the way, they're about to get put up into the attic because the desk is here. Daddy's putting together the desk tonight. I might actually be on the desk tomorrow. I don't know. We're not doing AMA, CC. We're not doing AMA. So the question that I have about The Mandalorian to my Star Wars nerds that I don't know about is I kind of knew once the X-Wing fighters showed up, I was like, oh, that's definitely Luke. But I didn't know in what iteration it would be. Would it be old? Would he be young? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know when the fuck we're at. I don't know when this is taking place. I don't know. Is this before the original Star Wars in 79, 80? Is this after the Death Star blew up? Is this prior to the fucking... I don't know when this is. I can't keep up with it. My nose is so itchy. I can't keep up with it. So I don't really know in the whole Star Wars timeline where this is happening. I thought Luke was dead. I'll be honest with you. I thought the motherfucker was dead. And then I thought when the last movie I watched, the chick found him on the cliff all old and shit. I'm like, how the fuck did he show up young? I'm so confused. So this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi, 9 years after New Hope. And I don't know where those fall in the timeline. If I'm not mistaken, Star Wars and then... it goes, Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are the middle three. And then it was like the bad Jar Jar Binks bullshit was the beginning. And then the Star Wars shit happened. And then the last 3 or 4 have been after Return of the Jedi. And now The Mandalorian is happening after all of those? Or are they happening in between those last 3 movies and the first 3 movies? Is that right? They're happening in between Return of the Jedi and whatever the good 3 were after Jar Jar Binks bullshit. So that makes a little more sense. Okay, got it. Because then I was like, well, I know it's not Yoda, it's Baby Yoda. So it couldn't have been Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi shit. So, okay. Now I'm catching the vibe a little bit. Oh, it goes Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian, The Force Awakens. Got it! Well, I'm officially a fucking dork now. I love it. Okay, I'm not. But, what I'm curious about now is this story over with? Because what I saw, if you watch the after the credits part, is they're like, and I'm going to get the name right now so none of you raggedy bitches make fun of me. Boba Fett. Is that going to be the new, what the story's going to be about now? Is him? So we're not going to get this story again. Maybe he'll be a bit character. Is that what I'm understanding? Like the new one is going to be, what is it? Posted full timeline on Discord. Okay, good. Thank you. So is this, because that's what I'm confused about, is I saw it as like the story of Boba Fett in 2021. I was like, wait a fucking minute. What's happening to Mando? Can we put a bow on it? I'm kind of liking this guy. Even though he took his helmet off, he did it for Baby Yoda. I can forgive it. But what happens now? Is he just a fucking nobody? I mean, he's got the sword. Or whatever the fuck that thing was. The dark saber? He's got the dark saber. It's his now. He's gonna go, I don't know, do what he does with it, but you know, he's gonna do something with it. I don't know, cut pizza, save the fucking the rebellion. I don't know what the fuck you do with it, but he's got it. But then I see that about jumping to the Boba Fett story, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Are we gonna have a spinoff? Because I'm here for that too. I don't know. This is so confusing. I remember Marvel did a whole timeline. Like, if you wanted to watch every Marvel movie, which I did, I try to be a good dork. I'm a nerd at heart. I try to be a good nerd. And I was like, all right, so I literally watched every Marvel movie up to Endgame in order that you're supposed to watch it. I think I skipped Ant-Man and Wasp and one other stupid ass one. Then they were like, it don't matter. But I literally watched every Marvel. So now I feel like I got to go back again and do that with Star Wars. But now, as I understand it, I got to watch these stupid ass cartoons. No, fam, I can't do this. I can't do it. Rev said, Mandalorian Season 3 will run parallel to the book of Boba Fett. Okay, so it's going to be 2 of them. PK said, I got pregnant when he took his helmet off. What? Why? Like, we saw his face, though, PK. You knew who it was. We had seen him before. They ruined that early on. Is because he did it in front of everybody where you were like, oh my God, that's so sweet. You would do that for the baby. This is so great. I was just like, bro, you just fucked up, man. All them other Mandalorians are in the room with you. You fucked up. Shouldn't have done it, fam. You could have just like shown him like a picture on your fucking smartwatch or whatever. Be like, this is what I look like, baby Yoda. Get out of here. Marvel Infinity series greater than anything Star Wars. I'm gonna let you fight that out. What's about to happen, Pete Jones, is this is about to be like the scene in Anchorman when the 2 news crews fought. That's gonna be you and your Marvel nerds against these Star Wars nerds. It's about to be a big old Anchorman news fight. Oh, okay. Oh, Pedro Pascal can get it. Really? He could not get it from me. Not a handsome man, in my opinion. No way. Chandler said Star Wars and Marvel are both trash. Yo, mama's trash, dog. Don't be... Sorry, Chandler. That was aggressive. Apologize, Chandler. I didn't mean to be so aggressive. Oh, Disney has in chronological order now. Okay, cool. All right, so I was just going to say, if you haven't seen Mandalorian, highly recommend it. If you're even, Star Wars adjacent. If you just like, my mom's dead. Well, it makes it even worse now, doesn't it? Ask House. I don't give a shit. I'll make fun of his dead mama all the time. Don't care. No, we don't need the Lord of the Rings nerds showing up. No one gives a fuck about y'all. The Reverend said, me too, Chandler. Call me. If you need counseling, call Reverend. CC says, sometimes I don't feel nerdy enough to be here. CC, I'm nerd adjacent. Like, I enjoy the movies. I enjoy watching the movies. But the problem is I don't understand, like, some of them will sit down and watch all the cartoons to stay up with the whole story. I'm not doing that. I'll watch the movies and some of the series, but I also, like, I said his name was Boba Fett. Like, I don't know all of this stuff. I don't know. I even forget the original stuff. Like, it's okay. Sometimes you just want to enjoy a good movie, and that's what these are to me. So. Johnny Johnson said, Luke seen in final episode of Mandalorian or Vader in Rogue One. I don't remember Vader in Rogue One. The only Vader I remember was when they showed his face in Return of the Jedi, right? That's the only one I remember. So... And I do agree with KD. CC, no show without you, sweetie. Gotta stick around, CC. You're stuck. All right, so that's the Mandalorian talk. Now, let's get to this because this is going to get some motherfuckers a timeout. I will say this, though. House, Luis Zelaya, and Jeremy Vinegar, my 3 YouTube moderators. For today, and for today only, there is one person that's going to get a pass today if he says what he's not allowed to say. And that's KD, because he got me a PS5. So everybody else gets it. 5-minute timeout. If you try to bring up Die Hard's a Christmas movie, you get the fuck out. Here are your highest grossing Christmas flicks of all time and the dates that they came around. Number 10 is The Holiday, never seen it. That's made $205 million, never seen it. Number 9, Little Women, never seen it. $216 million. So 2 of the top 10 I've already never seen. No clue. Number 8, listen, I don't give a shit that you didn't get a PS5, House. I'm just asking you to do your job. And you want special holidays off and you can't even do the job that I'm asking you to do? God damn it. Number 8 is Elf. Seen it, loved it. Maybe my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Came out in 2003. It still holds up. $221 million. Number 7, The Rise of the Guardians. Not a Christmas movie, $306 million. Number 6, The Polar Express. Came out 2004, $312 million. Number 5, Disney's A Christmas Carol, $315 million. Number 4, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, $345 million. Number 3, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, $358 million. That reminds me of a meme, though. That reminds me of a fucking hilarious meme. And I'm just going to interject for 1 second. My buddy Connor Hogan posted it on Facebook. And this isn't meant to be a political discussion. It's just a funny ass meme. But it showed the scene from Lost in New York with Donald Trump and Macaulay Culkin. And it said Lost in New York, Lost in Nevada, Lost in Arizona, Lost in Michigan, Lost in Wisconsin, Lost in Pennsylvania. Fuck, I love the internet. It is so goddamn funny. And I don't give a shit if it was Biden that it was happening to. It wasn't the person, it's the concept. All right, number 2, Home Alone has made $476 million. $500 million since 1990. And then number 1 is The Grinch. $513 million. Guess what didn't make the list? Raggedy bitches. Guess what didn't make the list? Huh? Also, I've never seen The Grinch. Am I missing anything? I'm just not that's not my thing. I like Elf, Bad Santa, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and The Christmas Story. If I'm going to watch 4 Christmas movies, chat. Bye, Chris. It's good to see you. We'll see you in 5 minutes, you dumbass. See you in 5 minutes, dumbass. House, get on it. Luis, Jeremy, Chris Reyes gets a 5-minute timeout. Get the fuck out of here. That bullshit ass. You know the rules, Chris. You know the rules. Yeah, I don't know, P. Jones. That's one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to watch that. Don't want to watch it. It doesn't interest me. But if you had a top 3, like you sit down, and by the way, if you list Die Hard, and you can still catch that 5-minute timeout, what are your top 3 Christmas movies that you sit down and watch? I'm curious. Top 3 Christmas movies that no matter what, every Christmas you're going to watch these 3 movies. Mine in order would be, is it the or a? I think it's A Christmas Story. It would be Elf and then National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's my order. A Christmas Story, Elf, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and then Nora likes the old school movies because her dad was into them, like God Bless Us, Everyone. And then I don't remember what the other one was the Ghost of Christmas Past and all that bullshit. There's another one. Elf. So Brandon Martinez says Elf, Santa Claus, and Frosty the Snowman. Okay. Frosty is good, Charles says. Elf, Home Alone, and then A Christmas Story, special guest Harry Potter. Okay. The Reverend said one is a TV show, A Very Sunny Christmas. I watch it every year. Oh, no shit. Never heard of that. Jim Carrey is underappreciated. As the Grinch or just in general? Louise said blank, blank, A Christmas Story, Home Alone. You so close. So close! Skirting it, Louise. God damn it, you're skirting it. Riley says, every time a bell rings, an angel grows its wings. That's the one. Elf, Christmas Story, Die Hard. Fuck you, Chris Reyes. Fuck you and the stupid ass movie you wrote in on. 5-minute timeout. I'll do it my goddamn self. Robert Likes Beer said, what about The Notebook? What? Could y'all please take this serious? Total Dallas, Charlie Brown Christmas. I hate those. Like when I was a kid, I liked the Charlie Brown. Nora, if the fucking Great Pumpkin comes on during Halloween, she's like, oh, Turn it up. Why? It's the Great Pumpkin. Are you fucking kidding me? This is as you get older and you go back and watch some of the shows you watched as a kid, you realize just how stupid some of the shit we watched is. I watched some shows that I liked 25, 30 years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? All right, let's pass them out. Okay, I'm going to go do it myself. If my mods won't do it, I'm going to go do it. I'll stop this I'll turn this whole goddamn show around and we'll all go home. But D-Mon is getting a 5-minute timeout because he wants to get lippy. Chris Reyes with 2 accounts is getting 2 timeouts. Ooh, Bad Santa. Yeah, Bad Santa should be my top. That would probably be 4. I think Bad Santa might be actually underappreciated. Oh, that's true, Brandon Martinez. I'll start banning people for a week. Oh, thank you, Reverend. Thank you for being on top of it. I didn't want to have to. Where did Chris go? He can go to hell for 5 minutes. That's where he can go. Yeah, they're all on timeout. Thank you, Luis. You're not going to come in here. Oh, no less than 0. Elf and Bad Santa. What is less than 0? I don't think I've ever seen that. What is that? Less than 0. Uh-oh, you're switching on your top 3. What are you adding? What are you switching? Less than 0. I don't know. I've never seen that. I don't even know what the fuck that is, CC. I may have to check that out this Christmas. I may have to go look at it. The movie about drugs. Lisa said Scrooged. Miracle on 34th, that's the one. And then Bad Moms. Oh, I've never seen Bad Moms. So P. Jones is now Bad Santa, Home Alone 2. Gotcha. Katie said, I'm not messing up my get out of jail free card yet. Take your time, player. You got until 4 o'clock. But once 4 o'clock hits, your raggedy ass loses that privilege. So you better just get it all out of your system right now. That's all I would post until 4 o'clock. That's all I would post because you get a free pass. Brandon Martinez said, Bad Santa, solid choice, but as a family, I can't have the little one watch Bad Santa. No, that's true. It's definitely an adult. It's when the kids go to bed and you want to watch something funny and get drunk, you definitely watch Bad Santa. Total Dallas with Christmas Vacation. God damn, it's just so good. It might be my favorite National Lampoon movie. It's so good. And then Elf. Yeah, good shit. Bad Moms was lame. I've never seen Bad Moms. A Very Sunny Christmas, Harold and Kumar Christmas, The Night Before. House was some weird-ass eccentric bullshit. Waltz was A Christmas Story, Friday After Next, and This Christmas. Friday After Next. Oh, I just lost my light. Friday After Next is a Christmas movie? Has it already been 5 minutes? Dang, that didn't last long at all. Bad Santa. John Dory says Bad Santa, Elf, and Rudolph. That's so wholesome. It's like wholesome it's like it gets progressively better. Like Bad Santa is bad, and then Elf is, and then Rudolph. Ah, John, you're so cute. House, I knew you were a stoner. Lisa, Louise, you don't get it as you're not a mom. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. All right, so that was the list of the top grossing Christmas movies of all time. It was a risk I was willing to take because I thought it was good info. Now, parents, pay attention. This is an interesting story that popped up on my search for topics to discuss. And I wanted to bring it up because it's one of those things where I'm not even sure if this is a real thing. But some of you have kids, and you might know about this. But this mom blogger, whatever the fuck she talked about, settle down, Cancer. There's this thing called Skittle parties. And this article talks about, listen, this needs to be on your radar, what Skittles parties are. Because if it's real, if it's real, it could be concerning. But supposedly, kids raid their medicine cabinets at home. They take out the prescription drugs. They bring whatever they can find to a party. All the kids put the pills, they dump them all into a bowl, they mix it up, and all the pills in the bowl look like a collection of Skittles. Anyone can take whatever pills they want and however many they want in order to get high. That's what they're saying is happening. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. There's been some disputes. Obviously, you want to keep an eye on it because of some of the shit that you weirdos have in your medicine chest. Is it medicine chest or medicine cabinet? I feel like it's medicine cabinet, but you'll hear people say medicine chest. It's like icebox versus refrigerator. But some journalists are saying that these are not true. Jack Schaefer of Slate magazine, well, he used to be with Slate, said he wrote about this. He talked about them, that this was a known thing, but that he couldn't find evidence that any existed. From 2006 to 2010, he said, look, if farm parties are a trend, and that's farm PHARM, they're the best hidden and least talked about one in the country. Well, I think the easy thing to do is, if you have kids, lock up your medicine. It's like a gun. In the wrong hands, some bad shit can happen. And if you have it locked up, well, then your kid, they might go to a Skittles party or whatever the fuck it's called, but at least they ain't taking your shit. But that one seemed kind of weird to me. And Mr. Caravantes, remember when we first met John McClane? Argyle picked him up from the plane and took him down to the Nakatomi Tower to meet with Holly. Wow, you show up and you just get a 5-minute timeout because you got to be a dick. Jesus. Why? You're a good guy. Mikey C, why do you make me give you a 5-minute timeout for bringing it up? The Reverend said that those parties don't exist. This is like when they say people are giving edibles at Halloween. Okay. Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up, though, because sometimes, that was the thing when I was a kid. They were like, people are putting razor blades in Snickers. I'm like, what? Are they? Are they? Or are we just like, now everybody's got to go get their fucking candy x-rayed? Remember when people were poisoning their, what's it called? Was it Tylenol that they laced? Now that one was real. But I remember when people were getting sick off of it, it was Tylenol or aspirin. Yeah, Mikey C, can you believe it, PK? Nice guy. Fucking idiot. No, not even anthrax, Riley. They were back in when I was a kid, and I want to say I was in junior high or high school. People were like poisoning Tylenol. They were going around and I don't know what they were. Maybe it was that they were putting anthrax in the Tylenol, but yeah, that's why they had to put seals. Oh, was it cyanide? People are fucking weird. Like, why would you? I don't know. I guess it's the same question as why would you be a serial killer or why would you murder somebody? People are just fucking twisted and sick, but that kind of shit was crazy. And 1983. Okay. Tylenol murders. D-Mata said they do put razors. They put them in candy last year. Do we have proof though, D-Mata? Or was it just something you heard on Facebook? Because I still never heard anything about it. Now I don't have kids, so I'm not like up on the Halloween candy, trends and shit. But yeah. So I thought that was interesting. One more thing I had, because we're about to bounce out of here. Where's my shirt on? There it is. There we go. There was two things actually that I wanted to talk about. One was, do you guys have a guess at what the most popular car color is? Do you think you know? Do you think you know? The most popular color on a vehicle, on vehicles in America. What's the most popular? Has it been fast, Brandon? That's good to know. So Matt Poche says black. Brandon says red. Chris says red. That was my guess as well. Red, orange. No. Red. No, not a 3-hour show, P. Jones. Cece says red. House says white. Jeremy says red. D-Mata says blue. We got white, black, red or white, white. Y'all should listen to Walt. Walt knows his shit when it comes to cars. Red or black, orange. No, god damn it. Orange, white, yellow, blue, gray. The answer is No, that's the wrong fucking thing. White. White for the 10th year in a row. White has topped the list of the most common colors in an annual study conducted by automotive paint supplier Axalta. Now, that doesn't mean like, you know, there's pearl white, there's all different shades, obviously, so they can make more money. But by far, white is the most popular car color out there. Black was second, and gray beat silver by 15%, or 15 to 9%, which, isn't it the same shit? Isn't gray and silver the same fucking thing? It's gray and silver, it's the same shit. Blue finished first among rainbow hues at 7%, ahead of red at 5%. So white checked in. 38% of car buyers globally chose white. I mean, the reason you do that is you don't have to wash it as much. I had a black truck. I had an Avalanche, which I loved my Avalanche, but it was black. Ugh. Gotta wash it all the time and shit. White, man. White's dirty. It doesn't look dirty. You can go a lot longer between car washes with a white car. Katie drives white. I drive a white Honda. Yes, Tony Garza, the show just started. Welcome in, buddy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Jensen, I sold my white car 2 weeks after the purchase. I hated it. Man, y'all some hating ass people. And the most popular color, Walt said white and black cars have the highest resale value because most of y'all basic. I mean, I'm a basic bitch. I drive a white Honda Accord. I am literally a soccer mom. I like it, though. I don't have to wash that bitch all the time. One more thing. I thought this was a cool story. Y'all know me. I'm a sucker for wonderful stories. Nope, that's not it. God damn it, Barry. Get your shit together. So this guy was So there was a dude that was going to the iPhone store. He had $1,000 in his pocket. He got a little change in his pocket going jangle-lang-a-lang. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. So this dude is headed to... Who's in my shit with me? Oh, this is weird. What's wrong with my thing? So this guy's headed into the Apple store. That's not a prison shank. It's a letter opener, you weirdo. It looks like the bayonet for an old Civil War rifle and shit. But that's a letter opener house. It's a letter opener. This dude was headed into the Apple store. And he was going to buy an iPhone. He passed by the Salvation Army bucket. So, instead of going in there, he wrote the following letter. Dear Salvation Army, I walked into the Apple store today to buy a new phone. Then I saw your kettle, and I was reminded of those in need. It was very cold and windy outside. I'm lucky I have a warm home. I have hot food. I even have an iPhone from 2017 that works perfectly well. 2020 has been a hard year for millions of families. The iPhone was going to be $999. I also plan to visit Starbucks next door. I should go without both this Christmas season. Please accept this $1,020 and put it to better use. P.S. Here is a new mask my wife made for a friend. I consider Salvation Army a friend to New York. How fucking cool is that? I mean, and they didn't sign it. They didn't put their name. They took $1,020, a brand new mask to give to somebody. They put it in an envelope and drop it into the big Salvation Army bucket. That is pretty fucking amazing, man. I am so here for shit like that. And then to not want recognition, to not sign it, to not be like, my name is Jim and I live at 123 Giving Street. And you should come and bring the news and make me go viral. No, this person just said, you know what? P. Jones. I did good, right? Guys, I didn't cry when I read that. Oh, I'm dead inside. Isn't that amazing? It's not a write-off, Chris. He didn't get a receipt. You can't write it off if you didn't get a receipt, bro. Pretty amazing story, though, man. It's you love hearing stuff like that around this time. Which, by the way, I wanted to I wanted to, yeah, and $1,000 is like 50 in taxes. I wanted to let you know that over the last couple of days, Jen and myself and Katie and Donna and House and Jerry, we have been using the money that we raised for what it was intended for. We have already spent thousands of dollars. We have bought $250 worth of clothes and stuff for those families. I just spent $650 in toys. I'm about to spend $1,500 in underwear. Believe it or not, like at Bay Area Turning Point, you never think about it, but when these kids and these women show up at these shelters that are for sexually abused and domestic violence victims, sometimes they don't have anything but the clothes on their back. They don't have a change of underwear. They don't have a fresh pair of socks. They don't have a t-shirt. So it's just been like, it's so cool to be able to say that we did this as a community and we're able to supply them with so much stuff. So I just want you to know that your money, why is my nose itching like this? I don't know who's talking about me, but you can go fuck yourself. I want you to know that your money is actually being spent this weekend and being sent to these people. We got bikes, we got clothes, we got toys. It's all happening thanks to the whole team. So, and thanks to you guys for making it happen, man. It's pretty dope. So I'll let you know, I'm going to try to put something together when it's all over with so you can kind of see like, this is some of the stuff that your money bought for all these folks. It's going to be pretty dope. Hal said, why people have to find a reason it's not a good deed. Yeah, exactly. It's not nose hair, Iwata. It's certainly not my beard. Hey, do me a favor. Do like Aaron J. Bryan said. Hit that like button on the way out. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do that as well. I would appreciate it. Well, that's a Monday. I had a good time, man. I missed you guys on Friday. I was so happy to be back in this seat talking to you for 2 hours. I'll see you on the Discord. I'll see you tomorrow. Go tell a friend. Bring them to the show. Until then, be safe. Kind. And most importantly, love each other. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna feed you, Oliver, okay? He's waiting outside, you guys. Look. He's waiting on me to feed him. Like he's hungry. Big fat son of a bitch. See you tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!